How would you like to grow your coaching business? In this short video, you'll discover how to get new clients and how to get clients to enthusiastically spend more and more time and more money with you, increasing your average customer value. And if you hate being salesy, then you're really going to love what you're about to see. So my name is Martin Gibbons, and like you, I also run my own business. And like you, I also do some coaching. Now, getting clients is always tricky, and getting clients to enthusiastically spend more money, well, that's even more challenging still. It's also challenging to get clients to open up and engage and get them to do that quickly. Yet, the more they do it, the better the results will be. Now, I first started coaching and working with clients on a one-to-one basis as far back as 1996. And in recent years, I figured out the main reason that it's difficult to get clients and get them to enthusiastically pay for more and more. Now, the psychology of what I'm about to say is actually quite sound, and it's simply this, that people need to feel listened to and understood. This is such a basic human need that is so undermet these days. It's such a big deal, and it's a big part of what you're working with in a coaching one-to-one scenario. People are interested in themselves, they're not interested in you or me. And that's really difficult when you're trying to promote your services, because naturally we want to talk about ourselves and therefore what we can do, and it's very difficult to get the right tone there. Now, the more that they can feel understood, the more robust the relationship they will have with you, and the more they will trust you and your process. Now, the solution to all of this is actually quite obvious, and it's simply to offer your clients relevant personality reports. You see, personality reports help people feel understood. So they really are a fantastic bridge in that missing piece. They enable your relationship to progress quicker than you would normally see. In fact, you might not even see it happen at all. Here's exactly how the Life Coach Suite can help you. This is the Life Coach Suite here. You can see there are 10 reports. There's a chance there might be more added by the time you see this. You know, when coaching, you cover a wide range of issues. So when we first created the version 1 of this personality report for coaching, well, it was absolutely huge. And we soon discovered that it was just simply unwieldy and unusable and even distracting. It wasn't helping anything. So eventually, after many iterations and going back to the drawing board umpteen times, we created what you see here today, which is the Life Coach Suite, which contains several personality report designs, each one addressing a very specific issue, as you can see. You can use the reports in any order. They're all standalone. They're all designed to be standalone. You can use just one report design, or some of them, or all of them, and it's entirely up to you. What you tend to find when you're working with one client is if you give them one report and they enjoy that experience, which the vast majority will absolutely love, then you tend to find that when you say, actually, I've got another report about you, they will very often want that report too. People are very interested. They can't help but be fascinated, and therefore you've got more and more to offer them. Now, see, each one does focus on a different area. And these areas are all very common topics that any life coach is likely to come across. So if you really want to connect with people, and then these personality reports will say, well, put you on the fast track, you and your client on that fast track in communicating and relating. Now, I also encourage you to share some extracts from your own report, one of them, with your clients as well. Remember, this is a two-way thing, so it is a bit of show and tell, a bit of exchanging here. Don't just have it all one-sided. Let me very quickly just run through these reports. They say the titles are very self-explanatory. Work, okay, your work is the very first one here. Well, of course, work plays such a huge part in all our lives, and it's unlikely that it won't be touched upon in your coaching sessions, because invariably it's going to be an issue somewhere. There's issues there, there's problems, there's upset, there's things going on, and it can help a little bit to maybe reveal perhaps why some of those problems are coming about. So that's a fantastic one for many people. This one, the strengths, motivations and stress, again, pretty obvious stuff here. And the title, of course, is, people are always curious about their strengths, but more importantly, you're looking at motivations, you're looking at what's stressing them out. And again, it's a huge big report, you'll absolutely love it. Relationships, this is any two people with a significant relationship, anybody, that doesn't need to just be romantic relationships. This report here really just talks about the individual and how they are in relationships. The management of self, we all have to really manage ourselves, and increasingly so these days. So again, this report helps people understand how they tick. And again, the getting results, pretty straightforward there. Different personality types go about getting results very differently, and they can't all do it the same ways. And it's really important for an individual to understand what their natural way is of going about getting results. Decision making is always difficult. Personal development, that's quite a broad report, can be used in a number of ways, an easy place to start. Anything to do with finance, money, administration, those kind of areas of our life, this report will help give some thing to that. The discovering self, this is probably one report that's a really good place to start, and mainly because the report itself also gives a really good foundation and explanation of personality. So if you weren't sure where to start, that's probably the place to start. So I love the report that explains an awful lot and gives them a lot more depth so they can understand what the report's all about. And of course, communication, finally, who doesn't have communications issues with someone? Okay, so that's what's in the reports. Now, say another thing, each report, I say, is made up of text, personality, content, but also personality gauges. The People Maps personality gauges are a major breakthrough in personality profiling. While other systems might be measuring 4 things or 5 things or 6 things, People Maps has dozens and dozens. I think there was 150 gauges at the last count in the library, each one measuring a very specific thing. So in this example here, we're measuring naturally plans ahead and naturally spontaneous. So we can see here at a glance that this individual is much more about the planning. They naturally like to plan because they're scoring 78. And they're not that spontaneous because they're scoring 33. Clearly they have a preference, a strong preference towards planning ahead. So each report has a set of gauges. As I say, there are a dozen or more personality gauges in each report, and each report uses a different set of gauges because there's over 100 odd in the library. And each gauge is a talking point. Your clients will want to talk about what the gauge scores and what it says and what does it mean to them. And the foundation of good coaching is that you and your clients talk, and the gauges are a fantastic catalyst to those discussions. Getting clients to open up and talk, I say, is one of your biggest challenges as a coach, and the report, and in particular the gauges, will get a lot of conversations going. Now, I expect that you may have tried a variety of personality reports already. You might be new to this completely, but you may have tried other things. So, Enneagram, DISC, there's plenty of other systems out there. But the problem with most personality reports is that they are a bit general. They're not specifically designed for working on, let's say, communications or management of self or relationships or getting results. So you kind of have to try and make them fit. And this is where People Maps, I say again, providing you with a suite that you can pick and choose what matters. We just feel it's a much better way of going forward. Now, the thing with other reports is they tend to be written in jargon. They use labels, they use specialist language, which makes them difficult, if not impossible, to read for your clients, and they can find this a bit frustrating. Also means you have to go in very specialist, sometimes expensive training. Now, here's exactly how the Life Coach Suite will help you. The first thing is, we've already mentioned earlier how difficult it is to find clients and increase what they spend with you, right? We've already touched on that. Now, another challenge many coaches face is differentiating from other coaches. How do you stand apart from the many other coaches that your client will be coming across? Well, one way to do that is by offering a personality report as part of your initial offering, as it's a great way to stand out. Say something different, offer something different. Now, unlike coaching, reports are tangible, so your client places a value on it and will keep it long after the coaching session is done. It will still be sitting there with them. Now, you can use it to get your prospects' attention in the first place by offering them a personality report, which is why I recommend that you offer your prospects a personality report as part of your initial taster session. So your personality report, I say, it's tangible and of value and a great way to move a prospect along your sales process. Just move them a little bit further along. And I refer to this as kind of baby steps in terms of marketing. I said right at the beginning, if you don't like being salesy and having to do high pressure selling, then a really easy way to do that is to offer something that people want and to take it in small stages rather than go from here, from nowhere, I don't know you, that initial phone call to basically saying, well, buy my full coaching program. It's a bit of a leap. So I say, rather than do that, offer a taster session that includes the personality report. And I say this is a much easier sell. It's a much smaller ask. It's got very little risk, and you're more likely to get people saying yes. And I say the tangible report they get to keep is enticing, and it gives you leverage. So something like, this is what your words might be, would be like, book a short taster session with me for £50 and I will include a detailed personality report that you can keep. That's a really powerful offer. Very succinct, to the point, and easy for people to say yes to. Now, people are busy, so you need to have something significant to stop them in their tracks and get their attention. Offering a personality report as part of a taster session is a great way to start building your relationship and getting them more comfortable with the idea of you coaching them. A quick word of warning here, I do not recommend that you just offer the report in isolation. You see, the reason for the report is to get you time with the client. You see, the more time they give you, the more chance you have of booking them as a proper, full-fledged, fully spending client. And the personality report will get you an audience and buy you time. It gives you space to talk. So don't just try and sell the reports off the back of an advert or anything like that. That's just not giving you any interaction. It's the interaction that you're after here. Now, I do reckon that this one simple approach could more than double your conversion rates. So now, if you're getting 10 leads instead of maybe just 20 or 30 leads and closing 1 or 2 of them, you might be closing 4 or 5 or 6 of them. And that's a whole different ballgame. Now, another thing we should talk about is branding. Branding is an important way of differentiating from other coaches. Now, the chances are you have already invested a lot of time and effort in establishing your own brand and your own name, your colour scheme and all that sort of stuff. So you'll be delighted to know that you can white label the Life Coach Suite and have no mention of People Maps if that's what you prefer to do. So here's a wee mock-up here that you can see. Using the People Maps widget technology, you can embed the personality questionnaire in your own website. Copy and paste, easy as inserting an image. So easy peasy. And you can design your own front cover, as you can see here. And you can obviously change the colour scheme used in the questionnaire to match your own branding specifically. And another wee example here. So you're radically different they can look, still asking the same questions. Now, another thing, still on the subject of branding, remember it's your logo that dominates right in the front cover of the report. So you can see here, Julie Eldrick Consulting, and her telephone number and her email right in the front. And that stays right in the front of the PDF of the report. So again, it's your branding that's dominating this. And again, long after your coaching session, your initial chat has finished, the report is still there. It's still in their drawer, and it's still likely to get pulled out and talked about. And you're keeping your brand in front of them, even if it takes weeks or even years later, you might get a call based on someone seeing that number. Now, as a bonus, most people like to share the reports with other people, their friends, their colleagues, their wives, their husbands. So it's also a really powerful prospecting tool. And if used properly, it will simply get you more clients. So encourage people, once they've seen it, to share it and show it to their friends and colleagues and family. So I say, people are busy, and you need to have something significant to stop them in their tracks and get their attention. As I say, and offering a personal support as part of a taster session, well, that's simply the best way to go. An amazing way to start building your business and getting them more comfortable with the idea of coaching you, because I say it buys you time. The more chance you have of booking, the more time you have with them, the more chance they will book you and become a fully fledged client. Okay, quickly, let me finish up now. Here's how it works very specifically. Get your clients to complete the 5-minute questionnaire. That's literally all it takes. None of this sitting about for half an hour, bored to tears. 5 minutes is all we need. And remember, this is a world-class, used by thousands, high-end profiling tool here. This is not a friendly thing for a magazine. This is serious underneath the bonnet. But we make it really accessible. The second thing is you then just give them a call, part of a taster session, send them the report with your brand dominating and have that chat. It's as simple as that, and the report is a great thing to chat about. Now, as I say, as you've got 10 report designs, you can actually use this as a framework for a 10-week program if you wanted to. Or of course you can simply follow your own program and simply choose which reports you feel are most relevant. You have complete control and flexibility over the reports because they can all be used standalone and in any order. Let's talk about the pricing. Now, I say you already know that similar reports will cost anything from about £30 to £300. But I say most of them will just not quite provide what the People Maps Life Coach Suite provides. For instance, they might not include white labelling as an option, and I say they're usually written with some sort of jargon, so your clients can find them frustrating. Now, you're probably expecting, a Life Coach Suite to cost quite a lot of money, but you'd be wrong. You can actually enjoy reports, believe this or not, for as little as £10 each as a People Maps certified coach for the Life Coach Suite, which is what you would become. And you know what? You don't even need to place a minimum order and tie up a whole bunch of cash just to get the wholesale discount. You simply buy the report credits that you need when you need them. Now, I say there are different packages available depending on whether you're a part-time coach just using personality reports occasionally with the occasional client, right up to whether you're a full-time coach using lots of reports regularly looking for a really massive discount rate. Everything in there we can help and provide you with. And of course, you're protected by your money-back guarantee, so even if you're not happy for any reason whatsoever in the Life Coach Suite, you simply just ask us and we'll give you your money back on those credits. So we're really confident that you and your clients will love this suite, and I say we're willing to provide you this no quibble guarantee, even though it's probably wide open to be abused, to be honest. So what we'd ask you to do is just simply book a call today so that we can actually show you your report and give you a quick look at how it all works. And of course, we'll answer your questions on that call, and we can talk very specifically about prices and money and all that sort of stuff and discount rates. I think you'll be absolutely delighted about what you can get here. Now, I say online video training is included, which covers the psychology, the technology, and how to grow your coaching business. You see, we just don't let anyone use Life Coach Suite. We really need to have confidence that you know what you're doing. So we'll include online video training as part of you becoming a People Maps certified coach to use the Life Coach Suite of reports. So I say if you're looking for an incredibly accurate and detailed suite of personality reports for coaching with your clients, then simply click the button below and let's book a call, let's have a quick chat, and we can help you through that. Now, you will get access to the full suite of reports, and it's up to you, I say, whether you use one or all of the designs with your clients. On our call, I'll show you how to brand the reports and the questionnaire as your own, and even embed it in the questionnaire in your own website. And believe me, when you see how easy that is, you'll just be astonished. Okay, that's it. If you haven't registered for the demo, then click the other button below where it says try it for free and make sure you register as a coach. And if you have already done that and you're just waiting to see your report and have a look at your system, then just book a call and let's have a quick chat. I say it will only take a few minutes. I won't keep you any longer than we need to. I'll answer your questions and we'll show you on that call. We will actually give you access to your account and show you your own report for free. And as I say, answer any questions that you might have. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Mark Gibbons. Book that call this now, and I'll speak to you shortly.